Okay. Aloha and welcome. We're so glad you're here. My name is Autumn Armijo, and I am the membership coordinator here at the Hawaii Visitors and Conventions Bureau. Let me start by saying a huge mahalo to everyone for joining today's training. We really appreciate you taking the time to be here. Today's training is all about helping you make the most of your member benefits through the HVCB Extranet, our online platform that connects you directly with visitors through gohawaii.com and lets you manage your business profiles, offers, media, and more. Please think of me as your go-to resource whether you need help navigating the system, updating your listing, or exploring new ways to stand out. I'm here to make sure you feel confident, supported, and empowered to use the extranet to its fullest potential. Now let's get started and unlock all the tools at your fingertips. As we go through the extranet together, please don't hesitate to drop your questions into the chat at any time. I'm joined by my fellow colleague, Eric Mock, our Communications and Events Manager, who will be monitoring the chat and making sure your questions get answered or flagging me down so I can jump in and address them as well. I took a quick peek at the attendee list and I saw a few familiar names, so some of today's training might be a refresher, and if it's your first time seeing the extranet, get ready. There's a lot to learn and we're excited to guide you through it. Just a quick note, the session is being recorded, so you'll be able to refer back to it later if needed. At the end of the session, we'll also be sharing a short survey and would really appreciate your feedback to help us improve future trainings. With that, I'll go ahead and pass things over to my colleague, Bill, who will be leading us through today's training.
Aloha avakea kako o Bill Kennedy ko'uinoa. Good morning, everyone. My name is Bill Kennedy. I am Senior Manager, Membership Services and Operations here at HVCB. And today I will be taking you through our member portal called Extranet. So just a quick overview of what we are going to be covering today. We'll give you an overview of how to log in to Extranet and how to get access if you don't already have it. We'll show you how to update your company information, including your staff contacts. You will update your listing text descriptions for your consumer, possibly travel trade, possibly meeting planner listings. One of the important things we'll spend some time on is showing you how to create special offers for either visitors or Kamaʻāina. We'll show you how to add images for all of your listings and offers. And just briefly for the hotels and attendants, we'll speak a little bit about viewing hotel room night leads and also viewing reports. So just to back up a bit, Autumn mentioned a little bit about Extranet in general. We just wanted to give you a brief overview. Again, Extranet is our password-protected member portal. Members can log in and view and edit all of the information that's on your account, including account information, staff contacts, listings, social media, amenities, and access a whole host of other member benefits. So to log into Extranet, if you don't already have it bookmarked, you can use our shortcut here, which is at hvcb.org/update. And just a reminder that each staff member does have their own individual login. So it is not necessary for you to share usernames or passwords with other staff. And on the login page, which I'll show you here in a second, there is a forgot password function, which you can use to reset your extranet access. So now we're going to dive into the live extranet. And so hopefully, oops, sorry, hopefully my internet will hold up. So again, as I mentioned, the shortcut to extranet is hvcb.org/update. You can also just come to our hvcb.org website, and we have a member extranet login link here on our homepage. So you can use that to log in. That will take you to the actual extranet login screen. As I said, every staff member has their own separate access. And if you, forgot your password, you haven't logged in a while, you just need a reminder, you can go ahead and click this forgot password link and enter in your email address. If you are already in the system, then you will receive an email with a link to Extranet and a temporary password. If you receive an error, user not found, something of that sort, That means that either you are not yet a contact on the account or you don't have your extranet permissions set up yet. In that case, you can, for now, you can chat to either Eric or Autumn and let them know that you need help getting set up, or you can email us at membership@hvcb.org at any time, and we can take care of you that way.
I asked
Okay, so
Brighton to give you a call right now. He tried to call me just now. I asked if he could call you because I'm in a meeting.
sorry, Eric, can you handle some of those meetings there? Okay, so once you log into Extranet, you will arrive on what we call the homepage of Extranet. And a few things to make note of here, in particular, the image carousel, where we will highlight upcoming events, such as our annual Summer Pahana, which is taking place next month on the 13th. Some new opportunities, such as we just revamped our Kamaʻāina special offers program, and you can just click through here to see other important notices that we've set up for you. Similar, there is this partner bulletins area where we will put information that is of interest to our members. For example, we recently set up some instructions on how to submit a Kamaʻāina offer, because the process has recently changed, and I'll show you that when we get to that point inside Extranet. Information about making payments, if you want to access the My Toolkit from HTA, things of that sort. So take a look at the Partner Bulletins area, and it will let you know if you have read the item or not yet, or when you did read it. Also here on the Extranet homepage is the member post board. This is a place where you can submit messages for the other members to see, brief announcements, updates that you want to get out to the business community. Again, these are not visible to the public. These are only visible to other members who have logged into Extranet. So as an example, HSMAI recently put a note about their golf tournament, and they're looking for donations. Havaiana's talked about different discounts that are available. So you can put in member-to-member discounts, maybe anything that you want the other members to learn about. So all of that is there on the home page. Now we are going to just take a look through each of the menu items here on the left sidebar, kind of show you what you can do for each of them. But before I do that, I just wanted to give you a quick idea of where the information goes that you are updating. And so as an example, this is our gohawaii.com website. This is the official visitor website for the state of Hawaii, owned by the Hawaii Tourism Authority, managed by HVCB. And this is our test record, our Hawaii Visitors and Convention Bureau. And so this is the type of information for your company that you will be able to update and maintain through the Extranet. Quick note, if you do ever have to change your company name, that is not something that you can do in Extranet, so you'll have to email us about that. But you'll be updating your listing text descriptions, social media, your websites, different addresses, contact information, again, your photos. I'll show you how to update the mapping location or to hide it if you don't have a physical location that you want visitors to arrive at. And then also how to update amenities, meeting space, things of that sort. So this is just an example of why it's important that you do keep your account up to date. It is being promoted and exposed to various different target markets, whether they be consumers, possibly travel trade, possibly meeting planners, depending on the level of your membership in your category. So these are the types of things that you'll be editing and where you'll be doing that. We are going to start here in profile, and most of these side menu items have sub-menus. So we're going to start in profile accounts. And this is where you're going to be updating all of your account level information. So this is your phone numbers, addresses, account details, things of that sort. And I'm just going to zoom in a little bit for you guys. Throughout Extranet, wherever you see the pencil, this is going to be your edit icon. Wherever you see the eye, that's just going to be to view your existing information. And occasionally there will be this caret, which sometimes has other menu items below that. So it's always important to take a look. I'll show you these amenities here in a second. But as an example, we're going to come in and we're going to click the pencil to edit our Hawaii Visitors and Convention Bureau test record. So as I said, if you ever need to update your company name, you'll have to let us know. And just a note, if you do have diacritical characters in your company name, Kāko or Okina, we can accommodate those. We checked with most of the places where your listings are showing, and those characters do come through correctly. So if you would like to update your company name to add those, we'd be happy to do that for you. And here's where you're going to update your website address. The actual full URL does not display on our websites. We usually have like a button that will link off to your site. So you are welcome to add your tracking codes, your Google Analytics codes, things of that sort. I'll show you later how we do have some very basic click tracking in Extranet, but it is still a better idea for you to add a tracking code if you really want to see the value of your listings. A note that for the email address that you are entering at the account level, this is going to be publicly visible. So you don't want to put somebody like a staff member's direct email address here unless they do receive inquiries from the public. So this should be a support at, information at, things of that sort. Later on, I'll show you how you can add in your email addresses for your contacts individually. You can add in your total employees, put in your phone numbers. In the address area, the important thing to remember is that the physical address is used for the mapping function on gohawaii.com. And this physical address is actually a required field, and so you will have to put something in there. And so if maybe you do not have a physical location, maybe your address is a PO box or somewhere else that you don't want visitors to physically visit you. I'll show you in your listings how you can hide the mapping from your listings from the public. So you enter in your physical address, your billing address, where your membership invoices should be sent. Often your billing and your shipping are going to be the same. You enter in your social media accounts. The key thing to note here is that you should enter in the full URL of each of your social media presences. Like, don't put in just your @ or your username, because this URL is what appears behind the buttons that you saw, for example, on the gohawaii.com listing. And this is a brand new field that was implemented just a couple of weeks ago, and so it is probably going to be new for most of you. This field in particular applies to members in the accommodations and activities categories. And the question is whether or not you offer a commission to travel advisors. We did have this question elsewhere in Extranet previously, but it was a little bit buried, and we were afraid that members didn't realize that the field was there, that they could indicate that yes, they do offer commission, because it defaults to no. And so if you do not fill it out, it will remain as no. So if you do offer a commission, then you should say yes here. And then for members in the accommodations and the activities categories, you actually receive a listing here. This is our agents.gohawaii.com website. And on the agent site, travel agents can make accounts. They can log in, get information about selling Hawaii. And as an example, they can view activity and accommodation information. And in each of those listings that are visible only to travel agents, that is where the information about whether or not you offer travel agent commissions is going to be displayed. So if you are in an accommodations or activities category, this field is brand new, and you'll find it on profile, and then accounts.
Hey, Bill, it looks like we
Yes.
got a couple questions in the chat. Stephanie's asking, where do we get a list of all our listings across different platforms?
So once we get into the listings area, which we'll get to here in collateral listings, you'll be able to see your basic listings, and I'll explain how some of those listings appear in multiple places. So let's wait till we get to there, and then I'll answer that question for you.
And will YouTube channel be also available for social media links?
No, because also when we get to the end, I'll show you how there is an option for you to display videos on your listings, in particular YouTube videos. And so, yes, I'll talk about that when we bring up the add-ons that you can add on to your listing. So we'll get to that at the end. Okay, so in the account area, also specifically for our accommodations members, hotels, timeshares, condos, you can enter in your room counts. For B&Bs, vacation rentals, your permit information, TAT information, things of that sort. A lot of this we're collecting for legal reasons, making sure that all of our members are appropriately permitted and they have their TAT license displayed. And some of it is just for our information if we need to reach out to you, like the GM or equivalent and such. And so throughout Extranet, as you're making edits here, you will always use the blue save button to save the information. And depending what you are editing, in my case, I'm just gonna go ahead and cancel this. Account information that you edit will go live on your account without any approvals on our end. And so within a couple of hours, the changes that you make to, say, phone numbers or email addresses, those changes will appear on the websites probably within a couple of hours or the next morning at the longest. Later on, when we get into other types of changes like your listings, your photos, those do go through an approval process. And so those have to wait for us to approve them, and then they'll go live a few hours later. But for anything that you updated here in accounts, then that should go live right away. Before we click out of the accounts area, I just wanted to remind you about this caret menu. Under here, we have two menus. The Manage Amenities is going to apply pretty much to all members. And then for hotels, you're also going to have this Manage Meeting Facilities. We'll start with the amenities. Depending what kind of member you are, what category of member, you might just have kind of the general hours of operation, what credit cards you accept. If you're a restaurant, there are additional fields here. If you're a golf course, there are additional fields. If you're a hotel, there's additional fields that kind of relate to your types of members, types of category. And I can show you that those amenities fields appear on gohawaii.com down here at the bottom. So this is an example of what accommodations amenities fields would look like. And for the hotels out here, you can also, if you receive a listing on our meethawaii.com website, then you'll see that there is those meeting facility amenities are displayed on our Meet Hawaii site. And so the menu item is a little bit hidden, but again, while you're in accounts, just click on the caret and you'll see the amenities and the meeting facilities area. So again, you'll go into there, you'll click edit, for the meeting facilities, floor plans, total rooms, committable rooms, all of that. You can fill that out. Again, this particular screen is going to be available mostly for hotels and such, but all members, don't forget to look at your amenities. And that will do it for us in profile accounts. The next thing we wanted to look at is profile contacts. And this is where you're going to update all of the staff contacts that we have listed on your member account. You are welcome to add as many contacts as you would like onto your account. Anybody that you think would benefit from receiving our communications, whether it be newsletters, marketing opportunities, urgent news and announcements, anything of that sort, you can add as many contacts as you would like. To do that, you would just come here and click on the Add Contacts button. For those of you that have multiple accounts on your extranet, it'll ask you which account to add them to, put in their name and title. This contact type, you'll set them to active. And this is also how, when you have a contact who has left your company, you'll notice on the previous screen there is no delete button. So the way that you indicate that a contact is no longer with you is by setting their status to inactive, and that will remove them from mailing lists, and it will inactivate their extranet access automatically. You enter in as much information as you would like for that contact. It will pull in the account level addresses and phone numbers, but if you would like to override that and to say maybe this person is based at home or they're based on the mainland, if you'd like to give us their direct address, you can override the account information and put their addresses in. And I'll answer, Karen, your question right when I back out of this screen in a second. And so, yes. Oh, and then this is also important. This is a required field for every contact. This is their contact role, where you'll indicate generally they're a marketing person, or they're a PR, or they're a salesperson, or they do revenue management. And so often we'll have communications that go out to a particular role within your company. And so we'll query out based on the roles that are selected here. And this is a multi-select field. So if you have one person that handles, say, marketing and sales, you can check them all off at the same time. Again, I'm just going to cancel here. And Karen had a question about whether or not you need to click into each contact to know whether or not they are active or not. You'll see we have this contact type field column in the grid, and so you can actually sort by that, or click it twice to sort descending. You can see these are the inactive contacts, and then this cog is actually a settings button for the grid that you're looking at, and so you can actually kind of tailor this. I don't know if we ever have any members that do, but you can if you want to. And so you can, say you wanted to see, the contact role or not, or the date the contact was created. You can add that into your grids. And you can even set up if you only want to see, where was it? Contact type. Say if you only wanted to say only contact type of active, and then it'll hide all of the inactive ones, then you could do that. And then once you make those changes, then it'll stick for you in particular, for no one else on your account. So that's just personal. Like I said, most members probably won't bother with that, but if you wanted to, you can. And if Karen is saying hers doesn't show that, that could be because at some point in the past, maybe I did update the filters for that. So what you would do is, yes, you would go into columns and you would look for contact type. And Eric, make a note. We can make a request to the software provider that we can add this contact type as a default globally for everybody. So that's probably a good idea. Okay, so again, the most important things in the contact area, you can add as many as you would like. And if someone is no longer with you, then use the contact type and set them to inactive, and that will remove them from your account, basically. For the profile My Benefits, we're going to come back to that, and we're going to stick with the information that you can update that appears in various places. For that, we're going to click here onto the collateral menu. And first here is collateral listings. And so again, this is where you will be updating the text descriptions that appear on your various listings. And so one of the questions earlier was how to know what listings you're receiving or where your listings are being displayed. Basically, all members, regardless of category or member level, pretty much everyone is going to receive a Go Hawaii listing, except in the cases where you really don't have a visitor-facing service, or if it doesn't make sense for you to be displayed to visitors. But as I said earlier, for members that are in the accommodations or activities categories, then those members will also receive, you'll see a listing type here that says agents.gohawaii.com listing. And then for those of you who are at one of our membership levels that we call the convention level, that would be called our Ilima Nui level, our Ilima level or our Maili level. Those are considered convention level members. And one of the benefits of being a member at the convention level is that you also receive a listing on the meethawaii.com website and in the list that is linked from our digital meeting planner guide. And then the Go Hawaii listing, this is your consumer, your basic visitor-facing listing. So as I showed you earlier, that Go Hawaii listing appears on Go Hawaii. That same listing is also used on hvcb.org. If you go to hvcb.org and click on visitors, then you can see a statewide member directory, and so this also uses your Go Hawaii listing. So if you edit that one Go Hawaii listing, it will take effect in both of these places. That same Go Hawaii listing is also used for the Go Hawaii app. So this is an app that is available for iOS and Android. And so if you have a Go Hawaii listing, then it appears on gohawaii.com, on hvcb.org, and in the Go Hawaii app. And so once you update it in one area, those changes will reflect in all of those places. And then, as I mentioned, some of you, if you're in the activities and accommodations categories, you'll also have a listing on the agents.gohawaii.com website. Now, the important thing to remember for that is the target audience for the meeting planner guide, the travel trade website, and the consumer website. Those target audiences are all different. And so it makes sense that you would describe your services or showcase the products and services that you have that pertain to those individual markets. Most of the time, we'll see members will put in their generic text description for their Go Hawaii listing, and then they'll copy that consumer listing to their meeting planner listing and to their travel trade listing. But you should keep in mind the different target markets for these. So when you're updating your meethawaii.com listing, if you're a convention level member, speak as if you're speaking to the meeting planner. Talk about your group's capabilities, buyouts, things of that sort. For your travel trade listing, talk about how they should be selling you to their clients, things of that sort. To edit each of these, again, you'll just come over here to the pencil. You don't really need to worry about the contacts. Your description, again, is the text description that shows up on gohawaii.com and the other websites. There is no character limit here, but you still don't want to have it too long because you don't want to make the page, scroll for too long on the actual websites. And then this is what I was speaking about earlier. Because the physical address in the profile accounts area is required, by default, it will create a map on your Go Hawaii listing. But if you do not want to have a map, maybe you're an online only business or you're a wholesaler, you don't have a storefront, then this is where you would say hide address on website, either yes or no. And this would apply just to this one listing. So you will have to click the hide address on website for each of your listings, your Meet Hawaii, your Go Hawaii, possibly your travel trade, if you did want to hide that map. And so just a reminder, that map, for example, on your Go Hawaii listing will appear here on this location tab. And if you do set it to hide your map, it will hide the map and it will hide the location tab as well. So your listing will just have a details and amenities. And it will also hide the address that shows up here as well. So there won't be any physical address information on your listings. So that was that field. As you're going through here, this is interesting. So this, don't pay attention to this. This is a mistake. I'm going to hide this. Basically, it will show you the category that you're in, but it should not allow you to select a new category. And I know what happened here, so I'll fix that. So Eric, remind me to fix the categories in the listings. On each of the listings, you're going to see these areas where it has your account level information pulled in. And basically, you'll be able to click on these to like activate these fields. What this is doing is it's using your account information by default. But if you wanted to override that information for that particular listing, then you can, for example, this often comes into play, say, for your meethawaii.com listing. Maybe you don't want to have your information at email address, but you want to have your sales at. So on your Meet Hawaii listing, if you're editing that one, you would click that field to create an override, and then you can update that. And so these green ones don't mean like I need to click it to be able to show this on the listing. When you click these, you're overriding the default information and you're updating it specifically for that listing. And like I said, that mostly comes into place for your meethawaii.com listing. Maybe you want to change the phone numbers to your sales office, you want to change the email to your sales, things of that sort. And then for that particular listing, this is where you would choose which of your previously uploaded photos that you wanted to display on that listing. And again, you may have images that you only want to display, say, on your Meet Hawaii listing, your boardrooms, your outdoor meeting space, things of that sort. And so for those, you would only choose them on your Meet Hawaii listing, but you would not choose them on your Go Hawaii listing, for example. And these images must be previously uploaded, and how to upload those is what we are going to look at next. So again, this is all the text descriptions. That was in collateral listings. I'm gonna skip special offers real quick and come back right here to media. Collateral media is where you're going to be uploading the photos on your account. And so here you can see all the photos that you have previously uploaded, and you can add a new media. The key thing to keep in mind is that so first you have to put in a title. The title doesn't appear anywhere, so you don't doesn't really matter what it is. You'll choose logo or image for whether or not it is a logo or an image. Logos and images are handled differently, how they're positioned on the website, so we try to help logos to not get cropped. And once you choose a logo or image, then you'll see the fields to browse and upload a new image. The key thing is that images must be at least 950 by 700 pixels. So it must be 950 by 700, and that is basically 4 by 3, but not exactly. So it has to be at least that size. It could be larger, and the system will automatically downsize it for you. And it has to be in a landscape orientation, so wider rather than tall. If you do upload tall images, the system is going to cut out, a wide area, and so it's going to cut off the top and the bottom. And then after you upload your image, then it's going to ask you which of your listings do you want that image to appear on. So you can assign the images to the listings here in the upload screen. As I said, maybe boardrooms, meeting space, things of that sort. Maybe they only get assigned to Meet Hawaii, but your, your bedrooms, your guests enjoying your activities, those might be uh, on your Go Hawaii listing as well. Again, I'm just going to click cancel. And then you'll see that there's this sort order field that is on the listings. The sort order number 1 is the one that is going to be the primary image on your account. So, for example, when you arrive at your Go Hawaii listing, or the image that appears in the search results, whatever the sort order number 1 is going to be the first image, and then the other images that you upload are going to be available to the visitors as well. So to edit that sort order, that was back on the actual image when you edit the image. And I'm going to try this. It used to work that the other numbers would sort of get out of the way. So I don't know why I have 2 sort order number 1s. I have to look at that. That's a bug as far as I know. Yeah, the way it's supposed to work is when you make one of them sort order number 1, then the rest kind of reorder to get away from that. But Eric, make a note of that as well. And as far as the number of images, you can have as many as you want. Again, you don't want to go crazy. We do have some members that have, 15, 18 images. But the point of your listing is just to entice people enough to click off to your website, because once they're on your website, you can control your messaging and your purchase opportunities, your booking buttons, things of that sort. So you really want your listing to be just enough to get them to get to your website, and then on your website you can have everything you need to close the sale. So you can have multiple images here, but you don't need to have 20 or 30 or 40 of them. But if you wanted to have 10, that would be fine. And yes, you would have to add them one at a time when you do add them. So each new image that you add, you'll have to just add the information, upload it, add the next one. And then those images do go through an approval process, and so they don't go live on the website until after we approve them, and then a few hours later. So again, these images are applied to either your listings or your special offers. And I'm going to come back here to the collateral special offers. And this is a pretty important thing to remember, because when you become a member, we're going to set up your listings for you. When you fill out your application, you're going to give us a basic text description, your basic company information, and we're going to use that to create your listings, either your Go Hawaii, possibly your agents, possibly your Meet Hawaii, depending on your categories and levels. But for opportunities like these special offers, you have to affirmatively log in and submit that information on your own. It's not going to happen automatically for you. And so in collateral special offers, you have the option of uploading a variety of different offers, and some of it you may have heard of, and some of it is going to be a little new to you. So one example that we have been sort of promoting since last fall is our Hawaii Special Offers program, or when we send out our emails to members, we call it our Consumer Special Offers. And so these Consumer Special Offers appear on our hvcb.org website. They are used as part of different promotions and campaigns that our marketing department runs under the direction of the Hawaii Tourism Authority. And so there's different paid media, social exposure, things of that sort. So there's a lot of traffic driven to these Hawaii special offers, consumer special offers. And so it's a good idea to submit an offer to appear on these pages. And I believe that currently the paid promotion of this page is going to extend through September, as far as I know, unless a new promotion or new campaign comes up. And previous campaigns, we are getting upwards of 50,000 visits per month, to this page. So it is a good bit of exposure. But as I said, you have to, go into Extranet and you have to submit the offers. And so the way you would do that, again, we're in collateral, and then we clicked on special offers, and you would say that you want to add an offer. And the first field here is where you would choose the offer category. So the one I just showed you is our consumer special offer. And what's new to a lot of you is the fact that you can actually now submit your Kamaʻāina special offer through the same system. We have had our Kamaʻāina website up for a couple of years now. There used to be a separate submission form that was completely separate from Extranet. But just a few weeks ago, we revamped the Kamaʻāina page. And so now you can submit your offers directly through the system. And those would appear on our Kamaʻāina website, which again is our newly revamped Kamaʻāina page we're excited about, is on hvcb.org/Kamaʻāina. And we have the offers broken out by island or by category. And so as you submit a Kamaʻāina offer, your discount or your coupon will be listed here. And as you see, we do have some premium placement opportunities available for those Kamaʻāina offers as well. And so if you need more information about that, you can just email us at membership@hvcb.org and we'll let you know. But everyone, all members are free to submit a Kamaʻāina offer. And again, the way you will do that is by just clicking on new offer, choose your category, whether you're uploading a consumer offer, Kamaʻāina offer. You're going to hear more about our travel trade special offers in the near future. We're kind of reintroducing that program as well. So in the next couple of weeks, look out for more information about that. So basically, you'll be able to submit consumer offers. You'll be able to submit offers for Kamaʻāina. You'll be able to submit offers for travel agents and wholesalers, things of that sort. And Karen, I see a question about whether you can add group offers. Not quite yet, but our Meet Hawaii team is looking at setting up pages of discounts and offers that would be presented to the attendees of meetings that are coming to town. And we don't know yet if we're going to use the consumer offers to present to those attendees, or if we're going to have a separate offer that would be strictly for meeting attendees. But again, stay tuned for more information about that. And so as you're entering in your offer, you'll choose the type, say it's a consumer offer, which account it applies to. You need to give the offer a title, put in a link to the offer information, where to book the offer, description of the offer that you are submitting. You need to choose the island that the offer applies to. Generally, that will be, the island that is associated with your membership. And then any restrictions or redemption instructions, valid for booking 90 days in advance, or only valid for stays during the month of July, things of that sort. So you're free to put in, whatever instructions. And then again, you will choose one particular image that you would like to appear with that offer. And then you'll put in the dates that pertain to the offer. So the redemption dates are when the offer is valid, and then the post dates are when you would like the offer to appear on the website. And so, as an example, consumer offers would appear here. And so after the post date is expired, like if you had a post date of July 22, post end date of July 22, then after that post end date is passed, then your offer will come off the site automatically. And so you do not need to worry about logging back in to Extranet to remove your expired offers. They'll come down automatically. And so it's a good idea to have the post end, at least a couple of weeks, maybe a month prior to the redeem end, because you don't want someone to see the offer, but then they don't have time to travel here, things of that sort. So you can control the dates. You control the category of your offer, accommodations, activities, dining, transportation, things of that sort. And for this offer listings, basically for all offer types, you're always just going to choose Go Hawaii here. So whether it's a consumer offer, a Kamaʻāina offer, for now, whether it's a travel trade offer, you're always just going to choose Go Hawaii. And same deal, that when you're done, you are just going to click save, and that will be submitted to us. Again, that goes through an approval process. We try to approve submissions, that day or the next day, and then a few hours later it goes live. And I see a question, just someone is curious, for example, for all of the offers, they are displayed in a random order. And that order for the consumer offers, it updates every 3 hours. For the Kamaʻāina offers, I'm not sure if that updates on that same 3-hour schedule or if it updates overnight. But at the longest, it's random every day, aside for the paid placement. In the consumer offers, there is no paid placement. So these are all just strictly random, and this order will update every few hours. And so you have just as much chance as being in the front as you do of being at the back. So the key points for the offers is to note that the Kamaʻāina offers and being able to submit those Kamaʻāina offers in Extranet is brand new. We only introduced that about 2 weeks ago. So we encourage you to go in and submit all your Kamaʻāina offers. As far as criteria of the offers, we do have a fairly strict minimum criteria for consumer offers, because, like I said, the consumer offers, there's a lot of paid media behind those. They're tied into wholesaler campaigns and other co-op campaigns that we do. And the point of the consumer offers is to really incent the visitor to decide to book in Hawaii. And so we want to have, offers that are, exclusive enough and of a large enough value that it will help someone to decide to have their vacation here in Hawaii. And so generally the minimum criteria is going to be 20% off. So for accommodations, it's going to be 20% off or 5th night free with a maximum of 4 consecutive nights. For activities, everything else is basically just 20% off. And so as you are submitting your offer, when it gets to our approval process, we're going to be looking, we'll click off on the link that you put in for your offer link to see if when we arrive at your page, if it's clear how to book that offer. You'll see we do have some examples of, up to 20% off, does not qualify, things like, free dessert or free photo with tour or, kids eat free, things of that sort. Those are not up to the standard of the 20% off. So if your offer does not meet those criteria, then you might see an email notification that it has been denied. Currently, that strict criteria only applies to the consumer offers. For the Kamaʻāina offers, we do ask that you give your your best available offer to the local community, to the Kamaʻāina. We don't want a Kamaʻāina to go look at the consumer page and see that there's a better offer available to visitors than there are to the locals. So we ask that you save your best offer for the Kamaʻāina. Okay, so that again was in offers. And next we will look at our reports area. Again, this is going to apply to all members. This is where we put information that is generally of interest to our different members. For example, we have the Maʻi toolkit that was released by the Hawaii Tourism Authority. This will help you with different cultural information and updates for your marketing, diacritical use, how to talk about different areas of the islands, things of that sort. Also in the reports area, we'll have a link to our most recent partnership opportunities document. This again is of interest if you would like to participate in anything that we are doing throughout the year, whether it be advertising in different publications, it could be fam tours that are coming in, it could be influencer visits. And so you'll see different categories for different initiatives that we're doing. It'll tell you if there's a cost, who to contact. So you should always be keeping an eye on this partnership opportunities document, which is updated roughly twice per year. So it was most recently updated in March. So keep an eye on that. And for those of you that are at our convention level of membership, you will see our convention calendar here. And it looks like our test record doesn't have the um, convention calendar listed, but if you are a convention level member, you'll see the convention calendar in here. And that is a listing of meetings that have been booked across the state with the assistance of our Meet Hawaii sales team. And it's a self-marketing tool that our convention level members can use to reach out to the meeting planners and offer to provide their services while the meeting planner is here. And I do see a question that is going to tie into one of the last things that I wanted to bring up. If we go back to the profile My Benefits area, this is one we skipped earlier. In here, we do have some basic click tracking for your listings and offers. And the reason I say basic is it has been known to glitch out on occasion. Just as an example, for the listings, it tracks listing views and listing clicks for your listing on gohawaii.com in particular. And there was a bug on gohawaii.com where for several weeks, or actually a couple of months earlier this year, that the click tracking was not working. So while you can get a general idea, like you can come in here and you can click on listings, and you can change your time frames, and it will show you listing views. A listing view is how often your detail page has come up, and it will show listing clicks. Listing clicks is how many times someone clicked off to your actual web page. And it will break it out for your different listing types, as long as those listing types are being tracked. The Go Hawaii and the Meet Hawaii are being tracked. The travel trade, I don't know if it is or not. I don't have a travel trade listing on this test record to be able to tell, but also you will be able to get some basic information about clicks onto your special offers. So it'll show you the special offers that you have submitted, and basic clicks on those for the time frame that you put in. But like I said, this click tracking is dependent on the web vendor. Some are external systems, and it's using an API to send click tracking back into our system. And so, it has been known to glitch on occasion. And so the best bet is for you to submit a trackable link when you are in your accounts area, and when you're editing your website field. If you put your Google Analytics codes there, then you'll be able to get the best information about those listings in your Google Analytics. And I see that we're basically running out of time here, so I will go ahead and end there, and I will open it up. I know we did answer some questions as they came up, but Eric, I don't know if you have any others, or if anyone else would like to ask a question, we would be happy to answer. Karen, I see you have RFP history for that. Again, if you're in My Benefits and you go to actually, looks like we did turn that off. There is a leads RFPs category that is in here, but it looks like that has been deactivated for now. But you can reach out to us and we can give you a quick report on that. And I see another question. Was asking about tools for your guests. I actually have to remember where those are stored. I think it's just linked in that email that the Valina My email that you might be referring to. But Eric, make a note of the travel tips playlist and where we have those linked. That actually might be on HVCB.org, possibly under marketing assets. We do have the brand assets toolkit on HVCB.org, marketing, the brand guidelines, the My toolkit, the knowledge bank to get imagery for your yeah. And so this is where you would see the videos for the travel tips. So these will link off to our YouTube channel. So again, that was on hvcb.org, and I just clicked on marketing assets. And so as a member or as a business in Hawaii, you can come down here and you can look up those videos. Eric or Autumn, do we have any other questions?
We did have one about how a member submitted 7 pictures, but the app is only displaying a certain amount of pictures. And
It might just be if you're talking about the Go Hawaii app in particular. I don't have a visual of what the screen looks like, but that actually is a carousel as well, so you can swipe on the photos and it should assuming that all of those photos are assigned to the gohawaii.com listing, then they should all appear in the app and you can swipe between them. It'll have one at the top of your Go Hawaii app detail page. That'll be your prime image, your sort order #1 image. But it's on the bottom of your listing in the Go Hawaii app, that's where you can swipe to see all of them.
And then Stephanie Ano just said, sorry, the YouTube video, how to add it.
So let's see. So on your gohawaii.com listing, there's actually 2 added value services you can add onto your listing. One of them is a book now button or a shop now button if you have products that you'd like to sell. Where your website button links off to your main website, you can add a book now button or a shop now button that links off to your booking page. And so we don't do any bookings here. You link off to your booking page. So it's your Fair Harbor page or just a page with booking information. And adding a book now button is $150 per year. And the other update or enhancement you can add to your listing is a YouTube video that appears in the image carousel. And so you can have a YouTube video that plays right here on Go Hawaii. And again, that is also $150 per year. And you can reach out to membership at hvcb.org if you're interested. And then we'll send you a link where you can sign up. And again, that last question for Alan, when you're looking in My Benefits and you're in listings, the views are how many people viewed the detail page. So this would be the detail page for our test record, because you will show up in search results, but when someone arrives at your detail page, this is a view, and then when they click off, that is a click. And so that's what you're seeing here, views versus clicks. And the clicks were one of the things that were, the views were working, but the clicks weren't. So some of those click numbers are going to be a little weird for the first half of this year. And if you happen to have a Book Now button, that's what the reservation clicks will look like. So you'll have this views, regular website button clicks, and then reservation clicks is going to be for your Book Now or your Shop Now button. And I don't want to keep you folks too long. We did say that we'd only have you here for an hour. So just to let you know, on hvcb.org, if you go to hvcb.org/extranet, we do have the training video. This is the video of the last training we did last year. And so this is where the current video that we're recording right now will be posted. We do have general instructions about Extranet here on the page. And then at the bottom, we have information for a few different scenarios. So again, like as an example for the special offers, it will show you both the criteria and then click by click, how to click to add it, how to set all the settings, all that kind of thing. So hopefully this will take care of most of your questions, but you can always reach out to me. As Autumn said, you can reach out to her. You can email us at membership@hvcb.org. And other than that, I am going to say mahalo to everyone and thank you for being here, and hope to speak to everyone soon.
Thank you, Bill.
Mahalo.